Okay, here's problem number 18 from that second review packet that was attached to your packet tonight. And it gives you a picture of a ladder leaning against a building, but it's also braced on top of a fence. And so let's get our numbers on here. A 12-foot ladder, so that means the ladder itself is 12 feet, is leaning against a 6-foot fence, so the fence is 6 feet. The distance from the base of the ladder to the fence is 4 feet, so this distance is 4. And then from the fence to the building is 6 feet. Okay. First question says, how high up the building does the ladder reach? So I'm looking for this over here. And again, I would start with what you're trying to find and find the side that that corresponds with. So this side here is going to correspond with the fence. These two are going to go together. So I'm going to say x over 6. Now here's the tough part about this. This is a big side, or a side of the big triangle, and a side of the small triangle that correspond. I have a big side here and a small side here. To make the other half of my proportion, I need another big side and small side that correspond with each other. So this 12 is a big side. It's a side of the big triangle, but I don't have a small side for that to correspond with. Okay? So I can't use the 12 because I wouldn't be able to finish my proportion. So let's look down here. I have a small side, okay, a side of the small triangle. I have this 4 here, but I don't have a big side, at least not obviously. The big side would be this entire length, okay? So the entire length, I would have to use 10 as my big side. So this would be 10 over 4. Again, I said x over 6 equals 10 over 4. Okay, so here's the big triangle, here's the small triangle. Okay, this is going to be 60. Finally, some numbers I can do in my head. 60 equals 4x. Divide by 4. X equals 15. Okay, so this distance here is 15 feet. Then it says, how far is it from the base of the ladder, okay, base of the ladder, to the point where it rests on the fence? So that's this piece here. Different color here. So now we're going to call this maybe Y. Okay, what I would do with this one is I would say to myself, I have a small side that corresponds with this big side. Okay, because I know this whole thing is 12. If you wanted to, you could call this piece 12 minus y, and then do like a side splitting thing with these 4. That would work. That's a little more algebra than what you probably need. I would just go back to this 10 over 4. I would say this is my short side, the 12 is my long side, and then go back down here and say 4 is my short side and 10 is my long side. Okay? So for this one, I would go y over 12, that's short side over long side, equals 4 over 10, short side over long side. Okay, cross multiply and I end up with 48 equals 10y. Divide by that 10, and I get y equals 4.8.